Hi, I'm Claire, and this is the first part of my giant September book haul. Now, I did not expect this, but this month I acquired almost 20 new books. So I decided to split this video in half so that it wasn't, like 20 minutes long. So first I'm going to talk about the books that I have received. I have one present, one I won in a giveaway, and an amazing 5 that were sent to me by publishers, and that is not something that I've really had before. I've had some electronic ARCs, but I haven't really had like real physical copies of books that I can show you guys, so it's just really exciting for me. So let's get into it. First off, we have Landline by Rainbow Rowell. This is a very, very belated Christmas present. Last year, someone in my extended family said they wanted to get me something for Christmas and asked for like an Amazon link if I wanted a book. So I sent them the link to the hardback version of Landline because the paperback wasn't out yet. But I don't know what happened with the link. When they got it, they said, that book you wanted, it's not out yet. So we ordered it anyway, but it's not gonna come until like August. You're so weird. So there you go. I got it now anyway, and I can't wait to read it. But yeah, I now my family thinks I'm weird, which is perfectly fine. Next, I have this really cool proof of Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho. I purchased a beautiful, beautiful limited edition of this book, and it's currently waiting for me at the bookstore in central London. I've got to go pick it up. But I also got entered into a giveaway when I bought the limited edition, and I won. So I went to the book launch for this, and it was tons of fun. And I also got this really cool signed proof. So I'm quite happy about that. This is a soft cover because it's a proof, but it still has the beautiful, beautiful shiny dust jacket, and it's like this on the inside. Anyway, this is a fantasy novel that's set in Regency England and has a cast of diverse characters who are kind of trying to navigate the English court whilst not white, and I thought that sounded like a really interesting premise. Historical fantasy is one of my biggest weaknesses. It's one of my favorite things ever. It's what I write. So I can't wait to get into this one, and I can't wait to get my hands on the hardcover edition with sprayed edges. Earlier this month, I received a couple of books for review from Turnaround UK, who are a book distributor. First, I got The Physics of Sorrow by Georgi Gospodinov, and this is a Bulgarian novel that was translated into English. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to cover it for Speculative World because reading the copy that I've got here, I'm not sure if it's actually a literary novel or if it's something more like magical realism. It's a number of stories that are framed together by the myth of the Minotaur, which is kind of why I thought that it might apply for Speculative World. I guess I'll just have to read it to find out. It's actually just a really nicely made book. I really like the design of the cover and the font and all of that. It's out from Open Letter. The last 3 books that I have in this haul are all from Hot Escape, and I was talking to them on Twitter about science fiction and fantasy in translation. They let me know the kind of things that they would have upcoming. They said they didn't have any at the moment, but they still sent me some other books, which is really exciting. And they also sent me this really cool tote bag full of dodos, which is really sturdy and I've been using for like groceries and things like that. First, we've got A Man Lies Dreaming by Levi Tadar. This is a book that takes place in a concentration camp. The main character is named Shomer, and he was a pulp fiction author before the war. Now he's in Auschwitz, and he manages to kind of escape the reality of the concentration camp by spending his nights imagining this character called Wolf, who used to be a dictator, and now he's a PI on the kind of dank and dark streets of London. I'm not really familiar with the pulp tradition or with the tropes of the kind of like lone wolf PI genre, so I think this will be really, really interesting, as well as probably make me cry because World War II concentration camp stories tend to do that. Next, I've got The Book of Phoenix by Nnedi Okorafor. This is a story of Phoenix, who is an accelerated woman. So she's a genetic experiment. She's only 2 years old, but she has the body and mind of an adult, and she has unimaginable powers. And she's very happy in her life until someone that she loves witnesses something terrible and kills themselves. And then things go down from there, and I am super excited to read this because I've never read anything by Nnedi Okorafor, and I saw the review for this from SFF 180 and it was glowing, and so I think it's going to be astounding. This is a prequel for Who Fears Death, which is Okorafor's previous novel, which won the World Fantasy Awards, so I guess if I really like this, then I'm in for a treat with the other one. And look at this cover. This cover is glorious. And finally, I have The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. It is a science fiction novel. Our protagonist is Rosemary, who is looking to kind of escape her past and find a new place to call home. She's on a small spaceship and they are just making their way to a faraway place, and then they are offered a job that kind of changes everything. It is dangerous. It is kind of one of these jobs where you would be settled for life if you succeeded, but then there is a large chance that you would not succeed and there wouldn't be any life that you needed to be settled for. So yeah, I'm really curious about this one because a lot of people have been talking about it on BookTube, and also I will be reading this fairly soon because I am going to be participating in a read-along with Lisa from Effing Rainbow. I'm going to be doing a few questions on part of this, so I'm quite excited about this one. So that's it. Those were the books that I received this month without going out and purchasing them myself. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of them yet, if you have any comments on those books or anything else, and I will be putting out the second part of this video fairly soon, in which I talk about all the books that I spent money on that I shouldn't have. There are more. If you'd like to see more from me, check out the sidebar for my latest videos. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button for more videos from me every week. I've been Claire, thanks so much for watching, and see you soon.